All right, so one of the things that I watched in the year of 2022 was that I finally finished watching The Amazing World of Gumball. I watched the seasons 5 to 6, which I had only seen seasons 1 to 4 by that point. So, The Amazing World of Gumball, I used to like watch this show a lot. But I sort of lost interest after a while. I didn't really wasn't like too enthusiastic as the show went on. I feel like the show got a little too meta for me, and I don't think the comedy was quite as good in the later seasons. So, I just wasn't as interested as the show went on. I used to really like the show though. Like I said, it was really fun. It had The Amazing World of Gumball had a lot of really great episodes. I think my favorite episode of The Amazing World of Gumball will always be the season 1 episode, The Spoon. Like, that was just so... that episode was just so funny and so ridiculous. Like, there was... It was just, like, the entire episode, there was this guy with a spoon, and for some reason, like, for some inexplicable reason, every single person was afraid of it, and it was just, like... I don't know, it's just so ridiculous and so hilarious, and I, like, loved everything about that episode. But anyway, but yeah, like, I like the show, and I still don't think that, like, the later seasons are crap or anything, but I just feel like some of the characters, for me, became less likable as the show went on. A good example that I always say is, like, prime example is Gumball. I mean, I feel like Gumball, he started off as a, fairly likable protagonist in, like, the first, season or first 2 seasons, and then he just became, like, not very not very fun to watch and sort of a jerk after a while. And like I don't know, I just didn't really like Gumball that much as a protagonist in the later seasons because he was just not very likable. And they also sort of changed, like, for example, Anaise's personality to make her more of a jerk as well. Like, there was that one episode where in the later seasons where we saw Anais as a baby, and she was portrayed as like a demon child for some reason. Like, even though that's not really supposed to be her characterization, I don't know. It's just like there is also somewhat inconsistent character writing in the show where characters will like sort of change their personalities depending on the episode and the plot line that they're trying to do. So I don't know, that just bothered me. The characterization in the show, I feel like the characters became less likable as the show went on. But you know, I don't know, I don't know. So that does bother me. And there are also, in the later seasons, like, seasons 5 and 6, that just seem, I don't know, episodes that just confuse me, and the plots seem kind of contrived. Like, for example, there's that one episode where the Watterson family misunderstands Frankie Watterson and, like, think that he used to be in prison. So they make his life a complete living hell for whatever reason. Like, I don't know, because they think he is used to these conditions because he used to be in prison, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like very contrived in a lot of ways and not really a very good episode. Uh, there are some, I would say there are some, like I said, the later seasons aren't crap or anything. There are some unique ideas that I liked in seasons 5 and 6. Like, for example, there's the copycat episode where, like, basically the show is making fun of, like, the Chinese ripoff that exists of The Amazing World of Gumball. That was, like, a really cool idea, and I can't believe they actually did that. But, and there is some legitimately good comedy in the later seasons, even though I don't think it's quite as good as the the first few seasons. Like, for example, the SJW episode, I actually really loved that and the way they portrayed it, and I thought it was really funny. And like I am an SJW, so but I still thought it was really funny, and took a lot of took a lot of cool and funny criticisms of, like, some people who are like that. But anyway, and yes, also on top of that, I feel like while the later seasons of The Amazing World of Gumball can get somewhat mean-spirited in some ways, like, there are also just some really wholesome episodes in the later seasons. Like, for example, the Sussy episode, where basically Gumball and Dorwin think that, Sussy is super weird, and they want to, like, change everything about her. But, like, in the end, the episode has this really wholesome message where, she's like, I'm just who I am, and, other people might think that's super weird, but, like, I don't care because I have self-love. And that was honestly really wholesome. And and there's also this episode that I did not think I would see in The Amazing World of Gumball, but basically it's revealed that Richard, the dad character, he basically, in his spare time, he cross-dresses and hangs out with a bunch of other guys who also cross-dress, and it's like portrayed as like not necessarily bad or anything, and it's just what he wants to do. And it's like, that's honestly like, that sounds pretty cool that like in a kids show that it's portraying this message of that, like, people who cross dress like this, if it's something that makes them like happy and fulfilled, it's like, they should not be ashamed of doing that. And that sounds pretty cool. I like that. But anyway, so yeah, in terms of the show, I do like it. Like I said, one of the things I really like about it is the animation, which is very creative. How they have all these different blending styles. Uh, I mean, so yeah, I do like the show, but like I said before, I think some of the characters do get more unlikable as the show goes on, which is one of my major issues with the later seasons. Like there are attempts to tug at the audience's heartstrings in the later seasons, and it doesn't work great, particularly with relationships. Like in season three, well, I don't know if it was in season three, but originally, basically when Gumball was introduced, he had this crush on the Penny character, and eventually they did get together as boyfriend and girlfriend. But like after that happened, they didn't really get like a ton of episodes in. They didn't really get a ton of actual development in a relationship, in a healthy relationship. There was that one episode, The Shell, which I really liked, but after that, like I don't know, I feel like the Gumball and Penny relationship didn't really develop in any substantive way. And I don't know, it was sort of portrayed as like Penny constantly being annoyed with Gumball. So I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, the relationship didn't really get any development in the later seasons, and just sort of I don't know, was not really that entertaining to watch. Uh, and they sort of confirmed that they sort of confirmed what was supposed to be a joke in season two, which with Gumball and what's her name, the ghost character Carrie, and they sort of became in a relationship in later seasons. I think in season five, and that was, I don't know, it was fine. I guess I honestly found it like their relationship to be kind of a little bit more cute than Gumball and Penny, which I don't know, just sort of petered out by the end. And then there's in regards to Richard and his character and his relationship with Nicole, I feel like their relationship didn't really develop that much. Like there was this one episode in the later seasons where uh, we see how Nicole and Richard first met, and it was honestly really cute and sweet, but it's sort of contrast to their relationship in the present day, with it being like very toxic in a lot of ways, with, I don't know, Richard being like extremely lazy and like basically messing everything up. And I don't know, it's just like it's that sort of trope you see a lot where uh, basically the uh, basically the father figure will not be like responsible in any way, but he'll just be, I don't know, forgiven because he is sort of means well. And I don't know, I just feel like there should have been like more development for uh, Richard and Richard and Richard and Nicole's relationship, if they were going to like sort of take it seriously and try to actually get emotional moments. But they did try, and I don't think they necessarily succeeded, because again, the show sort of prioritizes comedy over actual character development and dramatic moments, which you know which is going to go into a thing with which I'm talking about, which is in the season finale of season four. What basically happened is the show tried to introduce an actual narrative with stakes, where the Rob character was trying to erase Gumball with the universal remote. But I appreciate the effort to actually try something different. Where before, obviously, when Gumball was started, it didn't have like this plot or anything, and there wasn't any plan to make it sort of this ongoing narrative. But I can appreciate the crew at Gumball trying to do something different, but I don't think it really worked. I mean, the first thing is I don't really find Rob that interesting of a character. Like I don't really care about him that much. I don't really find him that funny. And in terms of the ongoing narrative, like there were big stretches of time where there was no plot progression with Rob at all. Like basically basically there was like pretty much an entire season or more where the plot with that whole narrative of the plot with that whole narrative didn't really progress. Like I guess there was that one episode, The X, where Gumball is jealous that Rob has a new arch enemy, but that wasn't really plot relevant at all. And then in the end, like with the ending of The Amazing World of Gumball, that whole like them actually trying to introduce a plot and a narrative and a story, like that didn't really end up panning out at all, because even though like the future was a great episode that seemed to be building up like this really cataclysmic ending for the series, this major threat with all the characters being erased. But then the final episode of the show, like nothing is actually resolved. Like there's this human character who tries to turn all the cartoons into live action people, which was, it's, it was honestly a pretty cool idea, because, obviously it's a parody of all these cartoon shows getting like live action remakes, which, it was funny, but like nothing about the plot, like, or anything that was set up was actually resolved in the end. So it was just weird. Like, I don't know, like, there's talk that there's maybe going to be like an Amazing World Gumball movie in the future, which I would like to see. So obviously, like, there is good stuff in later seasons, and which is why that like I actually am excited to see a movie wrapping up everything in the show, which is, so obviously the seasons 5 and 6, I don't think they were a disappointment. And obviously, like the earlier seasons 1 and 2, I don't think they were perfect. Like they obviously had problems too, but I just, so those are my thoughts on the Amazing World of Gumball seasons 5 and 6. I definitely got some enjoyment out of them. I don't think I enjoyed them as much as earlier seasons, but I still did like them. So yeah, that's basically what I thought of the Amazing World of Gumball seasons 5 and 6. So yeah, post your comments down below. What did you think of them? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Aromantic Shipper, and as always, remember, just because you can't feel love doesn't mean you shouldn't want other people to. Bye.